All right. Oh, sorry. How's everybody doing this evening? Whoops. Forgot. Alarm telling me it's 9 o'clock. It's go time. All right. So let's see. I saw comparison cooking here. I see Mr. Hockett here. I see Twaski Parker. We got the Texas barbecue guy. Let's see who else is here. So, comparison cooking. I live on the southwest side of the city of Baltimore. Let's see. I saw Eric Ketepasa. All right, I saw him in here earlier. He said he was happy to be here. Grill Sergeant is also here. So Eric is from Baracho Barbecue. All right, guys, I have a little bit of an admission. So Russell from Raspberry Rock Off-Road Cabin is here. Russell, how you doing this evening, man? Good to see you. I missed you the last couple weeks. I didn't actually comb the beard recently or this afternoon, but nothing's on the smoker tonight, man. I'm not cooking anything. What's up, welders? How you doing this evening? All right. I'm digging the progress on that little grill you have, little like Santa Maria type grill you have going on there. That chain, that chain, it got me because it's like in through the pipe, and you got a little hook on the bottom. I saw that and I was like, dang. I wish I had your fabrication skills, man. Like seriously. We got Big Steve Smoking and Choking Barbecue. Torrance Boyd, how you doing this evening? Nolans for Life is in the building. We're in the room, in the area. Uh all right, well, I'll have to keep an eye out. Dasher the Beard is the Robert De Niro of faces. Okay. Maybe I'll have to look back at that one. Chillin', Twaski, I'm good. Yeah, oh man. Nah. I got basic hand tools. So, is Ricer here yet? Ricer, I got something from Ricer. I are smart with the words. Yeah, okay. It was like Homer say, I am smart. SMRT smart. SMRT smart. Let me just tell you guys, I so look forward to this Wednesday. I'm trying to take my keys off so I can get comfortable here. I feel like we're going to be here for a while. SMRT smart. Definitely. All right. So I'm not waiting for Ricer, but I did contract the coronavirus from Ricer. If you guys know Ricer from Dead Broke Barbecue of Wisconsin, he is a big Corona fan, and I contracted the coronavirus. No, I didn't buy another smoker. Terry, how you doing this evening? Hey, yo! SMRT Smart. Can you explain the touch method for checking and how done pork chops get in a video soon? Well, I don't really smoke pork chops. Pork chops are a rather lean cut of meat. When I do pork chops, I typically fry them. And when I fry pork chops, I'm relying on the thermometer. So I don't really do any sort of touch method. And then here's the next thing. I don't actually eat pork myself. So when I make pork chops, it's for my wife and kids. So like I said, I use a thermometer. Last time I actually made pork chops within like the last 2 weeks. So it's not like I don't make pork chops. If I'm making pork chops, I don't eat them. But I don't ever smoke pork chops. It's just not. My family is kind of particular. They're really not fans of lean meats. So like chicken breast, pork loin, pork chops, unless I'm frying them. That's the only way they'll really eat pork chops. So unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that video on like touch method for checking Pork chops is not coming for me anytime soon. Sam, I think I answered this already. No, I didn't get any other smokers. Texas barbecue guy, I do remember seeing a video or two of you indulging in the Corona. 14-day incubation period. You got to drink that for 14 days now. Oh, man. Lick the fingers first. Nah. Fantasy barbecue. Hey, yo. Now, you know what? This is interesting. First and foremost, this is the first beer I've had all year. I have not had any beer all year yet. Yes. Dude, man. Texas barbecue guy, what is your name? I know I asked you, but I don't remember. Tony says better to sell a whole brisket whole or sliced. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the rub, Tony. Tony, I don't know, maybe you might be a little new here. I don't really remember the name as much. But so for the first hour of this Q&A, what I would like to do is answer questions pertaining to the cook that I did over the weekend. Usually the first hour we talk about, try to stay on topic, and I talk about the topic. The second hour is when I'll answer almost any random question you have. Now, to answer your question, better to sell brisket whole or sliced. I always slice briskets because most people don't know how to slice briskets. One, most people don't have the equipment to slice briskets. Two, and number three, refer to number one and number two. All right. So that being said, I always slice up the briskets. Now, whether I'm taking someone the entire brisket or if I'm just taking them a few pounds of that brisket is the better question. Thank you, Kent. I appreciate you. There's cheers for you. No, Russell, he probably doesn't mean you. All right, B. Hopefully you cool with me calling you B. I'm going to try to call you B. You know, most Brians I know, I refer to them and they go by B. I have a cousin named Brian. Almost every Brian I know, they're just B. So I hear that you're selling the smoker. Vicky, maybe? I'll take her. Fantasy barbecue? No. I said that I would consider or entertain offers to purchase Bernadette. Yeah. I do have the coronavirus. Someone please get me a lime. I don't even think we have any limes, but I'm almost done with number one. I'm reaching in for the second one. This is the cans are kind of beat up. So I was going to get, and I'll tell you why I got Corona today. One, because of Ricer, and two, my manager sent me a link today, and he was like, "Dude, can you believe this?" And I'm like, "All right." So I look at the link, I follow the link, and it says people are searching if they can get coronavirus from drinking the beer. I couldn't believe it. I was like, freaking idiots. I guess a lot of people don't know Corona means crown. Okay. So those of maybe who don't know or haven't had a foreign language, Corona is crown. And it's crown in multiple languages. I actually saw a video on the coronavirus earlier this week, but Corona means crown. And the reason they call it the coronavirus is because the virus itself looks like a crown. Anyway, I'm on number two. Who's on number two with me? Come on. Pat Conti, how you doing? Do you pre-slice or do it at the customer? So Brian, no, I always slice at home because you figure like this. It's way easier for me in my house to slice everything up than it is for me to take everything that I need with me to slice things when I'm at an event. I actually was so tired. It was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna put these briskets back in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna take them and I'll warm them up, and then when I get there, I'll slice them up because I'll have time. And I said, no, I can't do that. I gotta have them all in the pans and done because I don't know what other problems I'll have. So I always slice up the brisket, slice up everything ahead of time. Thanks, Baracho. Uh, cool. William, how you doing this evening? What's the most challenging piece of meat to put in the smoker? All right, Nolan's most challenging piece of meat to put in the smoker. Um, at this point, I don't know. But let's save that one for later. Let's table that one and bring it back in the second hour. Torrance. All right, here we go. So let's table these. I want to talk. I would like to try and stay on topic, guys. Talk about that particular event or the event from this past weekend. I know it says Q&A, but I swear it says live Q&A session about the 450 person event. I just there were a lot of you guys who had questions about that event, and I was trying to give you an opportunity to ask those questions. Uh Fantasy barbecue is funny. We got Jimmy. He said, "What's up, guys? Hello, Dash. How you doing?" Oh my gosh, Russell, you absolutely correct. Number four. Holy cow, B. Maybe I didn't. Yeah. So Tyrone says, "How many times did you have to load Bernadette for the 450 person event?" Once. I cooked all of the briskets and all of the pork one time, and then I cooked the chicken separately the next day, of Friday, in Bessie. But my plan was to cook. Excuse me. I wanted to cook everything. Oh, Russell, I know. I'm 12 minutes in. I wanted to cook everything in Bernadette, not at the same time. though. I knew I wasn't going to. I knew I wasn't going to be able to cook everything at the same time. I just wanted to cook everything in Bernadette because she's closer. So nope, no beer Crown Royal is my game. All right, well, Jack, that's awesome. Jack, Betty, how you doing this evening? Uh, 4J, we got John. How you doing? Any gigs for the Super Bowl? Even though the Ravens let me down, guess it gotta go 49ers for now. So I got a text message from someone yesterday. This lady has been rocking with me for quite a while. I told you guys this is the lady who ordered a turkey some years ago, and she wanted the turkey, and I was like, "Look, I'm busy. I'm booked. I can't cook a turkey for you." And she was so pressed for a turkey. She wanted turkey so bad, a smoked turkey, that she came to my house the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and picked up her turkey. So like, I can't believe me saying yes to her has turned into like repeat business, probably quarterly. And whenever I do things for her, I don't even have to take the food to her. She comes to my house. So, excuse me. So yeah, she gets briskets all the time. I won't say all the time. She gets briskets a lot. She gets lamb quite frequently. Wings are her weakness. My wings are her weakness. And between brisket, beef ribs, and the lamb. All right, so let's see. Ricer says, "How many people helped me?" Um, So at home while I was cooking, it was just me. Like my family was off, and they kind of know when I have big events and I'm doing big things, they know to kind of stay out of my way because I'm like Hurricane Dash, moving around the house. Like I'm like focused. I'm moving with purpose. I am boom 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 boom. Get out of the way. Daddy has to go do this. Daddy has to go do that. Move. All right. But when I got to the event, I had four of my friends help me and then actually took taste testing number one with me as well. So what ended up happening was my friends helped me in the kitchen get set up while I was warming up the beans, the green beans and the baked beans. I would kind of get them started, get them seasoned, and then somebody would stand at the stove and kind of stir everything, make sure nothing burned. I would then move on to the next thing, make sure the stuff in the warmers was in fact warm. All of the food was actually up to temperature. So then two of my friends were taking all of the cold sides and putting them into half pans. So that was cool. So they put everything in half pans and then put everything into the walk-in refrigerator. And actually, they didn't put it in the walk-in refrigerator. They did for a while, but then so I took 3 Cambros, all 3 of my Cambros, I took all 3 of them with me. And then what I did was I had 1 Cambro for the hot sides, I had 1 Cambro for the hot meats, and then I had 1 Cambro for the cold sides. So it worked out very well where I just kind of put everything in each of the Cambros so I didn't have to walk all the way to where the walk-in refrigerator was. And then as the meats, like as I got them to the point where they were really warm, I didn't want to overcook them. I didn't want to burn them. So I took them out of the warmer and then I put them into the Cambro. And same thing with the sides. I didn't want to burn them, so I took them out of the pots and we got them into the Cambro. How do you keep them moist after pre-slicing? Add beef broth, cover them with foil. What's the best method? So here's the thing, and this is one of those things that I get flack for, and no one seems to believe me. I let the briskets cool, and I let them cool I want my brisket to cool for at least 1 hour, and if I can let them cool for 2 hours, cool, right? Usually, the thing that I hate having them do is I really don't like briskets sitting for longer than 2.5 or 3 hours, because then they're right about room temperature, and I would like them to be a little bit warmer than that. So I slice them up, I put them into a foil pan, cover them up. Now, if I put them into the refrigerator, if I put them, just leave them out and take them wherever I need to take them, once they warm up, they release more moisture, okay? Now, one of the other things, too, that is not necessarily common wisdom for most folks, I put my briskets in aluminum pans so that I can capture the jus from the brisket. And then I'll reintroduce that when I go to either warm them up or when I'm putting them in a warmer for service. So there's plenty of ways to keep the moisture there. Well, Jimmy, you keep your head down and your eyes open, all right? Those beers are going down nice. They sure are, Russell. Terry said, did I have any leftovers? Not really. So when I do events, when I do things like this, I try to cook exactly how much food I need. Now, as far as leftovers, I did tell you guys on the video on Tuesday that I had about 10 pounds of pork, probably a little less, but I had 10 pounds of pork I actually threw away. It was burnt. Bernadette lives up to her name yet again. It was burnt. It wasn't good. So I chucked it. And the whole thing was I chucked it after I had everything that I needed, just to make sure. Like, if I had to salvage something, I could have trimmed some of the meat off. I was like, I'm not trying to do all of that. I just kind of left it off to the side. And as I'm, weighing everything out, once I weighed everything out and I had what I needed, I was like, bet, throw this away. I probably could have weighed the brisket, but I didn't. I just cut everything up, put it in pans. And because I knew it probably did have a little bit over as far as weight, but I didn't really take anything off of the top, let's put it that way. And I did have some extra chicken, so we had some chicken. My wife actually made chicken quesadillas on Monday, so that was pretty cool. B says, event question, did you deliver everything one time or run loads to the site? Why did I move the pit outside? So I took everything in one time. I took everything in Vanna. Okay. That was the whole reason. And actually, you know what's crazy? I bought Vanna 2 years ago to help me with this very event. Yes. And the only problem was 2 years ago when I tried to do this event, Vanna was not working 100%, and I was unable to take Vanna and use Vanna for the event. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at it. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Not only does it make me feel better, it really does help these videos and my channel. And I need all the help I can get. I do. I do. Look. See, this is why. So this Corona Premier, not sponsored, 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. I'm with it. All right, so let's see. The youngsters, what up, bro? Nothing much, man. How you doing? That's a lot of people. How many numbers? How many pounds of meat? They asked for, and I said this in the video on Tuesday. The order was for 80 pounds of brisket, 80 pounds of pork, and 80 pounds of chicken. Sean, how you doing this evening? What up? What up? What up? Yes, indeed. Our new barbecue. What's going on? I think you said, shoot, I can't remember what you said your name was, but you said it in your rib video, and I haven't gotten a chance to comment. I watched it. I tell you, I watch videos while I'm driving sometimes, or I listen while I'm driving, and I listened to your video on my way into work yesterday. And I said, oh, when I get to work, I'll sit down and I'll get to, I'll try to comment. And I didn't. I had, you know what the problem was? I put up that video Monday night, and then Tuesday morning, I get to work, or actually when I woke up on Tuesday morning, Tom, Tom up in Webster, Massachusetts, he says, dude, he's like, the video was messed up. And I'm like, what do you mean the video was messed up? And I go and I check it, and the video was like half of the length that it's supposed to be. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, how did Tom see the video? Tom is a patron, okay? And those of you guys who are patrons have early access to the videos. Usually, like right now, the video that's going up tomorrow, those guys have been able to see it or have had access to it all day, for the most part. Anyway, in the description there is information on how to become a patron if you're interested in becoming a patron. But that being said, I spent all morning long yesterday re-editing the video, and it was a bear. It took me a few hours to get it done, and then by the time I got it done, then I had to wait for it to render, and then when I had to wait for it to render, I had to wait for the craptastic internet that I had to use while I was at work in order to get it uploaded to YouTube. It was just a bad time. So then those of you guys who were on when I was able to finally get it uploaded, I made a premiere. That was the first time I'd ever done a premiere, and it was, it's like a live thing where it plays, and it was cool. So thank you guys, any of you guys who were here on the premiere. I really do appreciate it. How long did it take me to cook it all? I don't know. I don't keep track of time, because I find that it's just easier for me to start cooking and get stuff done, because when you start trying to worry about how much time it's going to take, you dwell on that, and I don't want to dwell on it. I just want to kind of be done. So goal, not task. How long does it take you to cook all that meat? There you go. Were you up all night? Where did they get Bernadette? So again, I just answered that question so coincidentally. Richard, that's your name. I knew it started with an R because of our new barbecue. But what's up, welders? Let's see. I got Bernadette from the builder that built Bessie and Vicky. His name is Kirk. He lives down in Front Royal, Virginia. And he told me that whenever he sold that smoker, he would let me know first. Let's get these barbecue questions out of the way. At 10 p.m., I'm going to lose. Let loose on Dash. I want to hear this, the deepest, darkest desires. I want you to leave. I mean, yeah, okay. Let's see. I need a dog for the burnt tents. Ask me how I know. Well, you need a smoking dog, right? Or a dog that smokes. So as you pour over jeans. Yep, still you don't need to steal it. So the 12 are down easy. Yeah, skinny beer. Yeah, I know. That's number 2. Here's number 3. And we're 24 minutes in. I need to slow down, but we're good. I know, Sears. See you missed. Oh man, where you been, man? Shears, I haven't seen you in the comments in a while. Shears gave me grief one time, and I had to comment Shears Hernandez for something, but that's the whole point. It was a joke. From Ricer, I contracted the coronavirus. Yo, Fantasy Barbecue, you're so, yeah. Thank you. I want to say that all the time, okay? It's taking a month to get settled into the new house. Well, B, take your time. It's all right, Richard, Rick. I think you said Rick, um, in the rib video. For the limes, the next time you pound the Coronas. All right, well, thank you. Appreciate that, Ricer. Anybody else feeling, generous and want to donate to the cause, want to donate to the fund? Feel free. The dollar sign down at the chat. I'm not going to tell you no. And you know what, Ricer? This is for you. Thank you, sir. Lou says, "Hey, yo." Lou says, "Was there really 450 people there, or was it like 449?" So, here's the deal. I asked one of the coordinators how many people actually showed up. Okay, they said that they had between 350 and 400 people actually show up. They had 600 respondents. Okay, but because I don't know if this was a free event or if this was a, I don't know how to, like, I don't know who paid for what. Let's put it that way. All right. And because I don't know who paid for what, I don't know if it's one of those things like a Facebook invite where it's like, oh, hey, you're invited to come to this thing. And all you have to do is say, yes, you're going to come, and then we're going to put you down. So they are banking on 60 to 70% of the people showing up. And that was the whole thing. Why at a 600, or it was 600 respondents, they asked me to cook for 450 people. So that's why I said I quoted, and it was, I was prepared for 400, and 50 people. At least I thought I was prepared. What's that? Welder says, so is it a draft issue with the dirty smoke look like it had a damper on the side and looked big enough? Looks well made too. Kirk he did a fantastic job. That is why I bought Bessie. So I bought Bessie, and then when I bought Bessie, he's like, "Oh man, this is a little bit too big." And he and I had become fast friends, and I was talking to him. I wanted to get some information, some advice on how to try to make one myself, right? And we became fast friends, and he calls it redneck financing, okay? And he said, "Look, I have a proposition for you." Basically, he came at me and said, "I have a proposition for you." He said, I need to free up some capital. I want to free up some capital. I think I could sell this smoker to you and you can use it. And I'm like, I don't really know. He told me the price, and I was like, I don't really know how I could turn that down. Let me see how I can get some money up. And I sold a couple things myself, and I was able to go and get Bessie. Okay. So once I got Bessie, then fast forward about a year or two, he had, well, what is now known Vicky for sale. And the whole thing was he was getting into working for himself or trying to work for himself and do fabrication and make smokers. So he made Vicky, and he got me to help him bid it up on eBay, right? But when I bid it up on eBay, eBay was like, "Oh, hey, we see you have a business account through PayPal. Would you be interested in a loan?" And I was like, wait a minute. Y'all gonna give me some money? Hold on. So they gave me money, and I basically paid it off by my sales from the barbecue. And I was like, well, heck yeah. So then I actually put a legitimate bid on the smoker, and I won it. So legitimately won the smoker from Kirk. And he's like, wait a minute, you seriously gonna take the smoker? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay you the money. That's what you need. That's what you said you wanted. I got you. So I covered his costs and gave him a little bit extra. Like I said, I covered it. I legitimately paid for Vicky, and so I'm like, I'm happy. I have Bessie and I have Vicky, and all is well. So when he made what's now Bernadette, I said, dude, man, this is like, he said, I made this one as a hybrid between Vicky and Bessie, but it just like I never cooked on it, and he's like, look, man, if I ever get rid of it, you'll be the first to know. Sure enough, I got a message one day, and he says, guess what? I'm like, all right, what's up? He said, remember that thing we talked about? Basically one of those type deals. I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, it's for sale. Say less. I'm on my way. I don't even, again, I don't even know how I'm gonna get the money, but I got the money up, and I went to see him. And yeah, yeah. All right. So yeah, definitely. John Grano, how you doing this evening, sir? Mo butter, baby. Fantasy barbecue. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Kirk is no longer making and fabricating smokers. The problem with Kirk is he's a creative, okay, and he got bored, very bored, with doing the same exact thing. Every one of the smokers he built was different. Every one of the smokers he built was different for a reason. Every one of the smokers he built was different because he didn't want to keep doing the same exact thing. That was the, I won't say the problem, but that's the crux in the dilemma as to why he got really bored with making smokers and frustrated with making smokers very quickly because he's so creative. And that's why if you look at that video where I talked about when I went and picked up the smoker, I talked about some of the things that he was fabricating, some of the things he was building, because he would never do the same thing twice. Never. Every one of the smokers was different, and I think he made 5 or 6 smokers, and they were all different. Every single one of them. Maceo, how you doing this evening? CJ is in the building. How you doing this evening? Lou says cooking for that many people is pretty cool. Everything went well. Yes, indeed it did. Um, the only thing that I wished I could have done a little differently is I really wished I could have started earlier because then I would have had more time to rest. I didn't have very much rest, and towards the end of the whole, like towards the end of the day, towards the end of the event, I was beat. And the only thing that didn't actually go well, I forgot 2 boxes at the school, and the school was half an hour, 45 minutes away from my house. And once I unpacked the van at home, I had to end up turning around and going back up to the school and getting those boxes. One box was full of, it was a tote full of warmers, the sternos, and I was like, man, I can't leave that up there. And then the other box was full of utensils and some of the unused plates and stuff like that. And remember, I told you I lost, I don't want to say lost some money, but I didn't charge as much as I should have for the utensils and for the plates. So I was like, I kind of broke even on these. I didn't make money on them, so I wasn't leaving them there. But like the barbecue sauce that they ordered, any of the extra sides, and it was only like 1 or 2 half pans of size that was left. All of the sodas, all of the waters, all of those things, they stayed there. How much was Bessie, and did you sell your motorcycle for? Yes. So Fantasy Barbecue, you're absolutely correct. You've heard this story before. I had a motorcycle and I didn't sell. I bought a motorcycle. I told the story of how I went on a fishing trip with my father-in-law, and this was probably the second or third time I was on this fishing trip with my father-in-law. And when we got back to Philadelphia, the guys who put on the fishing trip have a small mechanic shop, and it's one of those like they're shade tree mechanics, but they work on like family and friends cars, and they have enough business through word of mouth that they don't even really advertise that they have a shop. Well, in the shop, there was this motorcycle, and I'm like, dude, what's up with the motorcycle in the corner? They're like, oh, that's Kevin's, and Kevin knows this guy, and he's got it. They can't get it running. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I was immediately drawn to it because it was a Yamaha FZR, and I had a Yamaha FZR. My first motorcycle was a 1992 Yamaha FZR. This one was a 93, I think, or 94. So the one that I had the single headlight. This one had the dual circle headlights. The one I had like a triangle single headlight. Anyway, I proposed to buy the motorcycle from the guy. I'm like, yo, I give you a couple $100 for the motorcycle. He's like, nah, I don't really know. I can't do this, that, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, I'm leaving Philly tomorrow. I'll go get the money today, make a decision. I'll get the money to Kevin. He's got your money. I'll get my father-in-law to take the motorcycle back to his house. He's like, you know what? All right, go ahead. The title was there with Kevin. Just tell him I said give you the title. I said, hold on. Here's Kevin. He's standing right next to me. Okay. All right. You sure? What's the amount? All right. When he give it to me, I give him the title. Cool. Right? So I get the motorcycle. I bring it back home. In less than an hour, I figure out that there's a fuse that needs to be replaced underneath the body panel, underneath one of the rear cowls. A 50-cent fuse, basically. It was like less than $1 fuse. I fixed it, got the thing running. Now, I had it running, and I used to ride around my neighborhood from time to time. Taste tester number 3. I know who you are. All right, say hi. All right, goodbye, good night. All right. So I get it running, and my plan was to actually ride the bike. The only problem was I just didn't want. What are you trying to do? Are you getting that from mommy? She asked you to get it for her? No, don't play with that. Put it back down, please. All right, then put the marker down. Thank you. So my plan was to actually ride it. The whole thing was I was just like, I had to get it inspected in Maryland, which was the problem. So I said, okay. So when Kirk hit me up talking about this thing, he's like, well, I said, well, I could sell the bike and get a couple $100 up, and that's what I did. That's what I did. So I told Kirk that I would never, ever, ever tell anyone how much I spent for those smokers. So unfortunately, I can't tell you how much I paid for the smoker, but let's just know I traded a motorcycle, or I sold a motorcycle and made, had to make some extra money and got a motorcycle. Russell says yawn shots. All right, you know what? All right. Marcus, no, I did not get a food truck. It's not the right time for me at the moment. One of the things I talk about, or I've talked about from time to time, if I get a food truck, I would have to be on the food truck every weekend. I really want to be around and be able to do things with my family on the weekends, so I haven't done that. Yawn, drink a Red Bull bottle cap, man. Now, Chris, I would love to drink a Red Bull, but that will probably keep me up later than I really want to be tonight. Bill says, evening. How you doing this evening? So I apologize. I am a few moments behind in the comments. I'm like 5 minutes behind. So let me get caught up. What's up, Welder says, I love building smokers in the fire pits. I'm trying to make them all a little different. Told Kirk for me. I think his work was great, please. Super cool stuff. He did have a channel, okay, which was how I found Kirk. But again, Kirk is a creative, and there are people who, the internet can be mean, all right? And the whole thing is this, and I say this too from time to time. I am trying to do something slightly educational, okay? And if you can't take the time to watch the entire video, if you can't take the time to maybe go back and watch a couple videos of mine, if you can't take the time to look at the frequently asked questions video and see the answers to some of the questions that I get asked almost on a daily basis in every single video, that can get grating. It can be very grating, and it bugged Kirk, okay? And there was more to it, but those were some of the things that bugged Kirk. Now, I've come to the realization that every one of my videos is someone's first video of mine that they see. So if you hear me explaining something over and over again, if you hear me saying the same thing over and over again, it's not for you who's been here for a year. Excuse me. It's not for you who found my channel and then went back and watched every single video on my channel. Shout out to you guys, because there's been a couple of you guys who have done that, and I think it's just too dope, and I really appreciate that. But I kind of had to come to that realization that I can't hold it against people. Now, it does still get under my skin, just like somebody asked some questions that I answered in the video on Tuesday. And somebody commented, do y'all even watch the videos? I want to say that all the time. There are times when I want to say it all the time. Mr. Richard, how you doing this evening, man? Thank you so very much, sir, for popping on and hanging out. We got Chris from Bottle Cat Barbecue was here. Didn't Kirk make that stove smoker recently, though? No. So that stove smoker, oh, yes. So that stove wasn't actually a smoker. That was a heater. And actually, I slept on the heater because I told him I wanted the heater, and I didn't have time. I couldn't get down to his house, and then he cut it up and sold it and started doing something else with it. Anyway, but that's how he is. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I am so far behind. Everybody's saying hi to Taste Tester number 3, and she's been long gone. Zach Attack, how you doing this evening? Yes, indeed. Uh, Kirk, how you doing this evening, man? Not that Kirk. This is a different Kirk. Jay, what's up, man? How you doing? Learned a lot from my videos. Well, Dan, thank you so very much, man. Life is. Oh, you were talking to Jay. I thought you were talking to me. Correct. Fine. 3 down. Mr. Hockett, yeah, man. You know, I haven't. There we go. He kind of just slid in, and I kind of forgot you were here. Jay, well, thank you very much. People don't look like the videos for FAQ videos. You just got to get used to answering the same question over and over. Such is life. You're actually correct. Brian's Texas Barbecue guy says he's done that. He went back and watched the videos. Yeah, it's fantasy. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Jay says, "What's up, everybody in the chat? Hopefully, Jay, you are getting lifted, getting enhanced, okay? Getting, taking yourself to a higher level this evening. And I saw that you don't have a 2020 calendar, brother. Just be patient. I got you. I'm working on going back and watching the old ones. Well, thank you very much, man. But I tell you, it's one of those things where it's like, I would love for you to watch those old videos, but I really don't want you to see those old videos, all right? Because I've done this before, and oh my gosh. Hold on one second. I want to show you guys something. All right, so I'm using my cell phone currently to do the live stream. This is my camera, okay? This is a Sony, what is it, DSC HX99, okay? It can shoot 4K, and it's a point-and-shoot camera. The lens goes in the body, and you guys have seen, I put this in the pouch on my side, right? Let me show you guys something. So I'm gonna put the battery in, I'm gonna close it, I'm gonna turn it on. You guys notice anything? Yeah! Guess whose camera died today? And I have very little, I have 0 content filmed ahead of schedule. When the camera died the last time, I had about 2 weeks worth of videos in the can. So when it told me it was going to take a week or 2 to get my camera back, I was like, okay, great. Not this time though. So, oh crap. The good thing is I have the GoPro and I have my cell phone. Unfortunately, you might be getting some GoPro videos for a little while until I can figure out what I can do with this. But I actually have some travel for work next week, and I kind of wanted to try and do a little bit of sightseeing while I was on travel for work, and I can't tell you guys where I'm going just yet. Don't ask. I can't tell you. I don't want the wrong people to see that I'm going to be close to them until I get close to them. But anyway, I have some travel set up for work, and with that being said, I might actually have to order a new camera. I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, let's catch up on these comments. So Big Steve says, in yesterday's video we mentioned get some help. At what point did you need help? See, the whole thing is this, Steve, and all of you guys who cook can relate to this. Barbecue is a lot of hurry up and wait. I can do the majority of the cook by myself, but it's the processing of the food where I could use some help. Where if I'm standing in one spot for 3 hours pulling pork, then I want that other person to be able to pull, put the meat into the oven or take the meat, put the meat out to the refrigerator. So the problem or some of the things that took me as long as it did is because I will pull 3 pieces. I would put 3 pieces in the oven. While I was pulling 3 pieces, the 3 pieces that were in the oven were warming up, right? Once I finished pulling the 3 pieces, season them, sauce them, cover them, take them out to the refrigerator, get them into the refrigerator. Pull out the next 3 pieces in the refrigerator. I will pull out the raw pieces and put them into the oven. Okay, so I had a cycle, going on. Same thing with the briskets. I would pull 2 briskets out, put 2 briskets in, pull 2 briskets out, put 2 briskets in, and it would, it was. I would sit them on the counter, cut up both briskets, take the briskets in the pans, and it was a whole bunch of flipping and flopping, right? Uh, let's pay attention. Just do a series answering everyone's questions. Let people get them all out. I have done a series with the questions that's called the frequently asked questions video. I link them all the time in the videos. Jason's Dash is the reason why I changed my channel to barbecue. Well, that's what's up. Rummy Rome's in the house. What's up, Dash? Sorry you late. Nah, man, do not worry about it. I love being on the spiritual haze. Look. Jonesville, Virginia in the building. What's up, Bill Arnold? How you doing this evening? Jesse James is Dash. How you doing, man? I am recuperating. Do 4K for the smart TVs? No, sir. Okay. Where is Ricer? Ricer will tell you my philosophy is to get. I've been running at 1080p. My videos for the last probably 4 or 5 years have been at 1080p. Okay? And you know why my videos are at 1080p? Because it's good enough. Okay? And I don't have the storage space to be running 4K. Each one of these videos can be between 1 and 3 gigs depending on how long the video is. And I have all of the video files. All of the video that I've shot, the raw video, all of the edited video files, and all of the rendered video files. So I keep them all. I have a network attached storage upstairs. It's actually in Taste Tester number 3's room, and it's full right now. So I need to think about what's going to be next for the next storage solution. Then it's winking time. Drinking, I guess. You can do it on your phone. Well, Jay, you know what? I really don't want to shoot on my phone because the problem with me shooting video on my phone is my phone beeps and buzzes too much. So it will definitely impact my videos. I've seen them all as 3 times each. Real talk. Fantasy Barbecue, whoa, you are the real MVP. Is that the new one I purchased? It's been almost a year, John, since I bought that camera. Whoa, B, I'm not touching that one. Looks like constantly rebooting. I wonder if it can be hard reset. So what ended up happening was I pulled it out of the pouch, and I didn't have a good enough grip on it, and it moved out of the pouch higher and faster than I thought, and it like came right out and hit the kitchen floor and came apart. The battery came out of the battery door, and the memory card was jostled, and I just looked at it on the floor, and I was like, damn it. And I knew. I put the battery back in it, and it went just like this. Hold on, let me show you what it did. Now, I'm going to press the power button. So, like, obviously, there's a dial here that I can use for zooming in and out. There's a stuck point. Turn it off. Oh, I think I'm gonna try to catch the crap. Oh, oh. All right, look at that. Now I actually got it closed because I had to catch the daggone thing while I was in there. Ooh, did you try banging it on the table? No, I can't tell you where I'm going. It's a super secret mission trip for work. No, seriously, I am actually not supposed to say I wasn't supposed to even tell you guys, but no, I'm last minute trip for work, um, and I'm not saying where I'm going yet. It'll be a surprise. So it's out. Jay says, so I'm coming to California. I will be close to California. I cannot say whether or not it is California. This is not going to turn into 20 questions on where I'm going to be. All right? Because I'm not going to tell you guys. That's what's up. Rome says, I want to fly to California. B says he uses the iPhone 11. Get one of those Joe Power port pullers. Bill, I am. Oh my gosh, Kirk and I have talked about this because he's like, dude, you pull so much pork, you need to get one of these things. And I would love to, but I don't want to at the same time because I really do not mind pulling the pork by hand. It's crazy right now. Oh, it's crazy right now downtown. I guess with Kobe's death, yeah, I guess. Cameras are a pain sometimes, dude. He uploaded a ton of content. Missing a couple weeks won't hurt. Jump on and give a progress report. Yeah, Ricer, you're right, but I've worked so hard to maintain the consistency that I don't feel right in letting it slip away. But just want to pay my respect. Different cameras have their own problems with editing. You're right. Driving into the crash site today, man, all the freeway bridges, purple, yellow, big Kobe. Wow. Kirby Q, what's up, man? He said he enjoyed the recap video. Have you ever thought about using a Roman port puller? Turns to my laptop. R-O-M-A-N pork. What is a Roman port puller? Ha! We just talked about that. You missed it. Holy cow. There is a 4-inch one and there is a 3-inch one. Yeah, so Kirk and I talked about this. You know what's crazy? Like, I feel like I can make this. Like I can make something. The only problem is, it won't be stainless steel. But I'm looking at one on Amazon right now, and it's less than $20. And I don't know why I haven't ordered it ever. But I don't know. Maybe I will. I could have it in my hand by Friday. This is a 4-inch stainless steel puller. I like the other one more, I think. Anyway, I have talked. Kirk and I talked about this before. Texas barbecue guy Brian says 1080p runs good on this TV. Just did a coronavirus video, but I forgot to turn my phone over. Oh man, CK has a 8 terabyte NAS. So that is probably an 8 terabyte NAS drive. A single drive. $400. It's a NAS drive. The NAS I have has 4 bays, and it got me thinking because right now the the NAS that I have, it has 4 bays, and there are 4 3 terabyte hard drives in it, and it is full. It is the setup in a RAID 5. Yeah, set up in a RAID 5, and it is currently, it's full. So I got to delete some stuff off of it and actually have everything backed up, because I bought a 10 terabyte external hard drive to back everything up, because I knew things were getting kind of dicey. And then I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and but I'm going to have to update the drives to bigger, higher capacity. 1080p is all you can watch on YouTube right now anyways. 3 gigs. I wish I had files that small. Dude, you know what, Ricer? I can watch higher than 1080p on my phone. And if you have a laptop that's compatible, so Taste Tester number 1 has a 4K. His laptop is able to view in 4K, and there are certain videos that, like MKBHD is one of the guys who actually uploads in 4K. Casey Neistat uploads or has uploaded in 4K. So yeah. Maceo, thank you, sir. He says, get those thumbs up. And oh my gosh, I'm like almost 10 minutes behind. 4K videos. The witnesses, what up, man? I missed you. I missed you too. Texas barbecue guy, I got a short and 4K. YouTube makes it. I shoot in 4K. YouTube makes it go to 1080p. Maybe sensor's broken. Doesn't know that it's open. I don't know what it is, Russell. But I started a claim. I bought the 3-year protection on it or whatever, and yeah, I started a claim. Holy cow. 50 to 60 gigs, Ricer? That's crazy. Topic I'm talking about tonight is I'm doing question and answers from that event that I did earlier this weekend or last weekend. There were a lot of people who had questions about some of the stuff I did, so I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of answer questions. I can't do 4K. I'm on up connection. It takes me hours to upload a 30-minute video. Shoot, I know. Yeah. Don't worry about where I'm going. Who says I'm not coming to Wisconsin, right? So you never know where I'll pop up. Hopefully somewhere warm. Sorry, last message up. I know it's pretty cool place to visit. Just saying. So, what's up, welders? I think I told you that I have a coworker who is from Idaho, and I kind of would love to go out there just because of the way he talks about Idaho. His father lives. I think he said his father lives in Salmon or right on the Salmon River, but he said he grew up in Boise. I want to feel that. Yeah, I agree. First video that you got. All right, we'll see, Kirk. I'll have to take the what's the name thing to delete your memory too. Yeah, I know, man. Jay, I appreciate that, man. Definitely, it was. I missed you. I did. Ricardo, how you doing? He says hello, 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 hello. I miss Manny. Was it Manny, Mo, and Jack? No, Larry, Curly, and Mo, Larry, and Curly. Yeah, Three Stooges. YouTube Grills is hello, Dash. Hello, everyone. Well, hello to you too, sir. Get the puller. It's an excuse for you to get that DeWalt. Use that DeWalt drill. You know I have plenty of DeWalt tools. Rick just says, sorry I'm late to the party. Hope I didn't miss too much. Nah, man, you right on time. We were just about to get it started. I just been drinking, so hopefully you can get yourself a drink, but you might be working at the moment. gosh. Right, so since first videos I loaded to YouTube back in 2008, not for this channel, were 240p max. Max was 360p. Yes, times have definitely changed. Handyman says, hi, all. Excuse me. Oh, Russell, I got you. I'm getting the GoPro. You do that. So that's what percentage of people are actually watching in 4K. You cannot see who is watching in what resolution. That would be something I would be all on top of. But I'm going to look at the analytics right now, and that is one analytic you cannot see, which will be pretty cool if you could. But I guess it's hour 2. Anybody have any questions about YouTube analytics? Yeah. It's ridiculous. And why do you render and do all this stuff in 4K, Ricer, if you can't even watch it in 4K? Hard drives are cheap when you have hard drive money. When you don't have hard drive money, hard drives are not cheap, especially when I need to buy 4 of them. Actually saw on like Newegg the other day, it was like a week or 2 ago. They're like, hey, you can get I guess it was an 8 or a 10 terabyte hard drive for $150 each, or for $150 when you bought 2 or more. And I was like, dang, I don't got $600 to be throwing at hard drives right now. 2, 3 terabyte drives, and mirrored them sometime last year. I need more, man. Yeah. Idols in another city, state, yeah, never sleeps. So that's milking cows. Sure enough, I can imagine. Russell, I already got you, man. I already got you. Eggs, apple, bacon for breakfast tomorrow. It's already in my Amazon cart. Hey, Booger, how you doing this evening? I cooked already, past tense, for 450 people. Well, that was the amount of people I was prepared for. So, Booger, this past weekend I had an event. I did an event. It was an educational summit. My kids used to go to a charter school. Hey, man, thank you for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you stopping by, and I will keep an eye out on your channel to see what's going on in Idaho. I want to see what's going on with the smoker you're building for yourself, man. Get some more videos of that thing out there, please and thank you. So Booger, my kids used to go to a charter school. The charter school, they host a summit for other charter schools in the area, for other teachers in other charter schools in the area, and they all come together. So this year there were 600 respondents to this invitation to come to the charter school, and there were actually 650 people, 600 people there. They asked me to cook for 450 people. Now, when I spoke to the coordinators, they said that there were about between 350 and 400 people who actually showed up. So I was prepared to cook for all of those people, but or I was prepared to I had the food for all of those people, but they didn't all show up. Let's see who's watching the resolution of my lives. Maybe on the live stream, but I don't know. Maybe I need to dig deeper, but I have never found or discovered the. Oh, you know what? No. What you're seeing is basically you're. All right, Russell. I know what you're talking about. That's not what people are watching in. That's what they are able to see your live videos in. If they have a crappy connection, YouTube downgrades your video. Okay? So there's a difference. There is a difference. I'm glad. I'm sorry. I don't know what he's talking about. Um, I can watch on my computer, but not other YouTube videos from other channels. Okay, gotta go. Hey, thank you very much, Charles Heath. How you doing this evening? Freaking amazing. That kid almost died. Well, you know what happens, Booker, is this: you survive the 200 people cook, right, or the cook for 200 people, then you'll survive a bigger cook. That's all I'm gonna say. Trying to get the wife said I need Green Mountain Grizz, the Big Pig trailer. Well, you go right ahead. Great job on that enormous cook. Well, thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. Best food themed movie. Food themed movie. I guess we've come to that portion of the live stream where you guys ask random questions. So let me pull in. I'm gonna get comfortable and sit back and lean back, lean back. Food themed movie, man. I want to go like. I want to do something odd. Like there's a couple that come to mind, but I'm gonna have to come back to that one because I mean the easy one is gonna be what was that movie called, Chef? I think they were in the food trucks and then that one, but like there's some other. Oh wait. The BA Test Kitchen did something like this recently, and they were like scenes from movies. You know what? I'm gonna throw you for a loop. Ratatouille. How about that? Did you charge by the head or by the pound? And is there a big difference in price? So, John, I really don't know. I almost always, or excuse me, I don't say almost. I always charge by the pound. I feel like I'm being the most honest that way because I can quantitatively say, you want 180 pounds of this, I'm going to cook you 180 pounds of that. Okay? As opposed to saying, oh, you're having 450 people. I'm going to charge you $15 per person. Now, I think I probably would have made more money doing it that way, but I think it's a little less honest. So I always do it by the pound. Charles says that was a lot of meat. Yes, it is. Another question about the meat, about the cook. Big Steve says, what about cooking, say, the weekend before, and then vacuum seal it? So I have actually done that before. You guys remember when I went to the UK and I had to come back when I went to the UK for work, I was in Sheffield, England. I cooked the weekend before I had to go away, vacuum sealed everything, came back, warmed everything up in the sous vide, took it to the kids' school, served it, sold it, and no one was none the wiser. So doing stuff, vacuum sealing it is definitely an option. Now, I did not freeze that, Steve. Not that it makes that big of a difference. I tell you guys, I freeze and send stuff to my aunt pretty frequently, and she's never complained about me doing that. So it does work, and it really does. Hey, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could, please. Texas and stuff. Victor says Willy Wonka. I don't really think Willy Wonka's a food movie per se. It's a candy movie. Like, no candy can be construed as food. I think there's a difference. But yeah. Burnt stuff. I have not seen Sausage Party. I've never actually seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I know. I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies as a kid. Building pits. What about who do I want to win the game on Sunday? The Eagles. No. Since the Eagles aren't playing, we got the 49ers, we got the Chiefs. Okay. This is one of those things, man, where I have reasons why either team could win. I would love to see Andy Reid win a Super Bowl as he was the ex-coach for the Eagles. Okay. I have a friend who is a really big 49ers fan, and I would love to see the 49ers win because I know he will be elated. But here's the thing. The 49ers have Super Bowls from back in the 90s, right? I think. The whole Jerry Rice era. And they have a couple championships. The Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know when the last time they won a Super Bowl, but selfishly, through 6 degrees of separation, I really would like Andy Reid to win a Super Bowl. Just saying. So, I mean, either team could win. I don't have any skin in the game, so yeah. Jet D, maybe I missed the answer of the question. Oh, Sasha's party. See, I already smashed it. All right. Well, he said he said he smashed a thumbs up on his way in. Right. So looking forward to Friday and the music. Perfect. What's your subscriber goal for the end of year 2020? You know, I don't know. I really hate putting numbers out there like that because I have no control over how many subscribers I get. Only thing I can do is be consistent, put out content, twice a week, do a live stream once a week. That's what I can do. That's what I can control. Everything else is up to you guys, okay? And not you who are watching this live stream right now, but you who are watching the videos. If you're sharing the videos, you can help. If you are telling people to watch my videos, you are the ones that are controlling my destiny, right? So, I don't know. I would love to say that, I mean, I should be, what is it? It's February. It'll be February at the end of the week, and I'm almost at, excuse me, I'm almost at 15,000 subscribers. I think I'm like 250 away. So I have 14,755 subscribers. 14,755 subscribers. And now that number is nothing to sneeze at, right? Because those of you guys, just comment 1K, right? Just comment 1K. Because those of you guys who know how hard it is to get your first 1,000 subscribers, they know. You know how hard it is to get your first 1,000 subscribers, right? Zacatech says, what's my favorite kitchen tool? Mine, I never use. The blender. Not the blender, the KitchenAid. All right. I love that thing, but I never use it. Waiting. I don't know. Have you decided if I'm going to sell Bernadette? Yeah, Bill. Somebody come and give me a couple grand for it. And the couple I'm looking for is, do I want to say the number publicly? I guess I can. I'm looking for $5,500 for Bernadette, and you can come and get her. 50 years for the Chiefs. I was going to say that. I was waiting. Waiting. All right. Chris says he's 44 away from 500. Such a grind. Well, the hardest thing you have to do is to get to 1,000. That was the hardest, and then that next 1,000, or from 0 to 1,000. Actually, 0 to 100 is hard. It's difficult because you have to be that guy and ask your friends. Okay, and then you'll find out who your friends really are. It's one of those deals. And then from 1,000, from 100 to 1,000, that's when you start to pick up steam, and people are recommending your videos to people who've never seen your videos, and then you kind of like, who are you? Like, you're a new person. I don't even know you. Like, I don't even actually know you. Oh, what? You found my video because of this? What? You're into the same type of thing? Oh, okay, cool, thanks. And then from 1,000 to 2,500, that's when you start to not lose people, but you start to kind of lose track of certain people. Like under 1,000, you know almost everybody that comments. You see familiar names and everything like that, and you build that rapport. Once you get over 1,000, things don't become a blur. They don't. But I grew rather quickly last year, between 2008 and then last year, and I don't know. I don't know what I will be at the end of this year. I mean, it would be lovely if I could say, all right, you know what? I can gain uh 35,000 subscribers. So if I could have 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, let's say 50,000. I'm gonna aim big. But I really want a play button. I want 100,000 subscribers. That is my goal. Um Ricardo says he's not sure what to charge. Yeah. B says he's not even at 100. So you know what that means. Any of you guys who are here and watching this live stream, go to Brian, Texas Barbecue Guy's channel. Give him a follow. He's doing okay. He started out, and I talked about it in one of the videos in the Ask Dash series. Let's see. William says the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Yes. Kirby Q says 1K. He knows what it's all about. Hang in there. B, it'll happen. Yes. This Booger showed off your KFC recipe at work today. Well, that's what's up, Kent. Rick says he's working on that 50 mark, but he's getting it. You know what? You are. I tell you, I I want to give you some constructive criticism, Rick, but I don't want to. I don't want to come off as a jerk. So I have to figure out how I can, like, I want to watch the video and then comment like real time. So look for Instagram DM soon coming from me. But I owe you a critique on the last video. There were some things that I saw and I'm like, we got to work on this. We got to work on that. All right. Russell says I'm hoping to be at 10K by the end of the year. That's what's up. Bryson says he's pushing for 10K. Ricardo, what's up? What's up? I have to lose a bunch. All right. Williams says, I think the maybe 5 he has are just him on other devices with other emails, I guess. Right. Booger says, it took me forever to get to 1,000. I mean, a couple years, 3 to 4 years. It's been a while. Well, Booger, think about it like this. I've been putting videos up on YouTube realistically for about 6 years. Okay. And it took me probably 3 years to get 1,000 subscribers. And I was doing something completely different than barbecue when I got those 1,000 subscribers. And then from 1,000 to 2,500, that was when I started doing the barbecue videos. And some of you guys who have been here from jump, basically, of me doing the barbecue, are carryovers from when I was doing the Don't You Hate It When videos and when I was doing the beard videos, hot and heavy. So I am appreciative that you guys have stuck around. There are a few of you who have stuck around. But Booger, I completely understand. Like, I have not forgotten what that struggle was. I'm not in a position to say, to hold up my play button that to have 100,000 subscribers and for it to be a blur. This didn't happen overnight, man. This has been a grind every day. Definitely. No problem, Rick. I got you. I have a guy asking me to cook 100 pounds of brisket. He's supplying everything: meat, spices, fuel, etc. Any idea what to charge? No. Ricardo, I do not, under any circumstances, cook food that other people provide. I just don't. One of the main reasons I don't do that is because I can't control that product. I don't know what he's buying. I don't know if he's had it refrigerated properly. I don't know. Because my thing is this: if I know what I'm buying, if I know where I'm buying it, and if I know that it's been refrigerated properly and there's no, you can get folks can get really sick with food, okay? And you have to be very careful with food, especially with something they're going to actually eat and ingest. Um, Bacteria it's a real concern, and I do not, under any circumstances, take any food from anybody that I'm going to be doing like huge event things for. Now, have I taken a turkey? Yes. Have I taken? I'm trying to think. The last thing I did was I took a turkey. I took a turkey from somebody on Christmas Eve. One turkey. And the whole thing was, she gave me the turkey. The lady who wanted the turkey, she gave me the turkey a day or two in advance. So, oh, nope, she gave it to me the night before, and she seasoned it for me. She gave me turkey and turkey wings. So yeah, but that was the latest instance, and I will never do that for someone like for a big event. Nah, nah, not for. I mean, this was a friend of the family. I did that for her because she's helped us out in the past. But no, 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 no. Definitely do not. Excuse me. Take food from folks. 4K hours watch time. All right. Josh, man, how you doing, sir? Hopefully you're 10-8 right now. Off duty. Is that it? Uh, Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Oh shoot. You're right, Racer. Darn you and you're keeping track. Some of us got up this morning at 4:30, and it is 10:30 currently. I need to pay attention. I almost lost it there. Fantasy Barbecue says, my question is, when does YouTube start paying you for all of this free knowledge that y'all dropping? Is there a way to make this a career? Yes, there is a way to make it a career, but I'm not there yet. I have. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get comfortable and make sure I'm still in frame on my phone here. So I got lucky. I feel like there was a burp coming, but it didn't. I got lucky. I started posting some videos way back when I was doing the Don't You Hate It web videos. And I went to a live show, and those of you guys, anybody know who Nice Peter is? Nice Peter of Epic Rap Battles. So Nice Peter, Daystorm Power, and a couple other lesser known acts who did music back in the day. We're talking 6-7 years ago back in the day, maybe even 8 years ago back in the day. They did music on YouTube, but they had this tour, okay, and I can't remember what the name of the tour was called, but it was basically a YouTuber's tour, right? And they came to Baltimore, and I was like, yo, I know who Daystorm Power is. I know who Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd are from Epic Rap Battles. Like, I want to go see them. But there was a whole concert, and it was in a venue with 100 people in it. I mean, I'm this close to Nice Peter. Like I could reach out and touch him. That's how close I was to the stage. And I actually interviewed Daystorm Power and got him to talk about a "Don't You Hate It" win moment. All right, but there was a guy in the crowd, and if you guys are really big fans of epic rap battles, there's an epic rap battle. It's Chuck Norris versus um, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, and so Nice Peter is like, "Hey, is there anybody out in the crowd that knows Chuck Norris's part?" This dude raises his hand. He's like, "I do. I know the whole thing." The guy's like, "Well, look, we're about to test you, and we're gonna see if you really know it." So he's like, "Yo, I know it. Trust me, I know it." So my man gets up on stage. Now, mind you, I'm just, I'm filming, right? I'm filming everything. So my man gets up on stage, and dude was standing like two people away from me, and he gets pulled up onto the stage. So he gets up on the stage, and Nice Peter starts the whole Abraham Lincoln part, right? And it's like 4 score 7 years ago, blah 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 blah. And then so then he does the epic, he does the Abraham Lincoln verse, and then my man comes in with the Chuck Norris verse, right? And then the Chuck Norris verse, it hits hard. He's like, "I'm Chuck Norris," and my man knew every single word. He must have watched that video 1,000 times to the point where Epic Lloyd, you see in the video, if you go back on my channel, look up Epic Rap Battle Live, Chuck Norris versus Abraham Lincoln, or Abraham Lincoln versus Chuck Norris. And I actually was so proud of myself because I put the real video in the corner of my video. Oh my gosh, man. It was back in the day doing editing. Anyway, you see Lloyd when the dude that walked up on stage starts out, he's like, "This guy knows the words." It was so epic, right? And because that was back in the day when you can kind of link one video to another video. So their video, I linked my video to their video. I got hundreds. Well, I got thousands of views on that video. And I used the views from that video that was totally unrelated to majority of the content on my channel. I say all of that to say, to get a partnership, okay? And that was way back in the day when partnership was a thing, and you used to get, a little bit of ad revenue from here and there. Now I told you guys I did actually make some money, but everybody, how much money everybody makes is a little different, and where my CPM is, my is now, I don't even know what it is. Let's see if I can look here. Revenue. So my CPM is about $10. It's $9.65 for the last 28 days. So let's go for the last 90 days. The last 90 days, my CPM was $11.30. What that basically means is I make about $11 for every 1,000 views. And I've had an estimated monetized playbacks of about 192,000. So you guys do the math for the last 90 days. But yeah, there's some people who are making 3 or 4 times that amount. There's some people who are making half as much as that. It kind of just, yeah. Spreadsheet, and I know I make every time. This helps me track costs a lot. All right. Hey, yo, what's up, Jeff? First brisket fail of 2020. Huh. Josh, yes, I have friends who are in law enforcement, family who's in law enforcement, but I couldn't remember if it was 10-7 or 10-8. Actually, a guy I used to ride with, his license plate said TEN. So the TEN, and it was the number 7. So on his personal vehicle. Yeah. Yes, it is First Love Smokers. Don't say ill, man. You know what? This is actually better than I anticipated. I am. I've been afflicted with the coronavirus. It is Corona Premier, which is a. It is 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. Hmm. I'm not a big fan of. Oh, Ricardo, you said you're 166 away from 1,000. Let's see here. There we go. Ricardo, comment real quick so I can. Oh, here we go. Go to channel. Bam. I got you. I did my part. 165. Corona and anything is awful. Nah, man, it's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5 in an hour and a half. So, hmm. Bottomless barbecue. Mickey's is. Whew, I haven't had Mickey's in a long time. It was a little harsh. Mm. Excuse me. Native Meats. I am Still Drum Smokers on Instagram. If you haven't already, please do follow me. Oh, excuse me, and I'll try to follow you back. Channel from time to time. Yep. Yeah. You see me sneezing. Yep. Yes, I all of the links in the description are Amazon affiliate links. I don't I guess I need like just a lot of people that say it more often. I don't. I when I did it, I've been an Amazon affiliate for like 2 years now, and it really has only paid off within like the last uh year, maybe. Actually, not even the last year. Probably the last 8 to 9 months. And I tell you, one of the things that's crazy to me is the video I did, the beard video that I did on the hot beard brush. That video has taken off like crazy, and it's at like 50,000 views. And that video has been up for 4 months, and it's at 50,000 views just about. And there are enough people who go in and click the link in that video where I think I've made in the past 3 or 4 months on Amazon about $100 a month off of Amazon affiliate stuff. And I'm like, it's that is dope. Like that's great. But the what happens if you guys aren't aware or what it is, Amazon gives you what's called an affiliate link. So if someone goes to Amazon and they purchase something based off of a link that you sent or that they use to go to Amazon, Amazon will give you 1%, 1 to 5%, but it's like majority of everything, like probably 90% of the stuff is like 1 or 2% as a finder's fee for sending them or bringing them to Amazon. So yeah, um, if you guys use some of the links and purchase some of the things through the links that are in the description of my videos, I am earning okay 1% back for the most part. Now that 1% turns into an Amazon gift card, okay? So it's not like there's any cash in hand. The money stays on Amazon. They're not silly. They're not dumb. So every month, just about, I get, and it consistently the past few months it's been about $100. We're a little over $100 that I've gotten through those affiliate links because of that one video where there are a lot of people going to Amazon buying that beard brush or looking for beard brushes. Yep. Let's fill in spices. Jeff, what spices do you use? Uncle Steve's? Or because there's a lot of you guys using Uncle Steve's stuff. I smoked my brisket at 209 degrees. What was the problem? You didn't let it cook long enough. Common wisdom says you need to take a brisket to between 200 and 205 degrees. You can figure out where in that temperature range you like it. But Josh, man, you know what, Josh? I don't think I'm subbed to your channel either. Let's, we on cooking top. That's fine. Here we go. Go to channel. But I have definitely watched. I know I am subscribed to your channel, Josh. Have you just not been putting stuff out or what? No, look, there's something 2 days ago. All right. We gotta, Josh. I know you went through some stuff. Get over it and get back to posting videos. All right. But in all realness, in all seriousness, yeah. Russia said he made $7.50 yesterday. He's heading to the casino. Josh has got 2,200 subscribers. You're on your way. What Amazon gives me, I give back with the purchases from my videos. A true story. Yep, I agree. I'm getting ready to spend another $450 on a camera. And actually, I'm thinking, so this camera that I got was $450 when I bought it. It does 4K, everything like that. I'm torn because I really want to replace this camera, and I'm like, okay, well, do I get the camera that was one step below it, or do I get the camera that's one step above it? The camera that's one step below it is $350. The camera that's one step above it is $1,100. Excuse me. Gosh, $1,100. And I don't think I can justify spending that. Trying to make some serious money off social media, setting yourself up to be pimped. It really is, Troy. But you know what? There are times when it is how do I put this? Certain things and certain times you can do something for someone and it not come off as a sales pitch. Okay, it'll be natural. It'll be you. Okay, but then there are other times when you watch a YouTube video and someone puts this video sponsored by Cove. Okay, you guys can check out this Cove speaker. You can get 65% off. You know why you can get 65% off? Because they marked it up 65% more than what it's worth. I'm not gonna say I'm not into it because loot is loot, but I'm not there yet. Yeah. Russell says he gets about $100 a month and rarely get anything purchased from his store. All right. If they put it in the cart, the cookie goes for 7 days. So if they buy anything in 7 days, you get the commission. You're absolutely right, B. The funny thing is looking at the report of what people buy. Yes, Ricer, I agree. I can tell you guys what's crazy is I know some of you guys who are watching these videos are buying some things. Like I know Ricer, I've seen in your video the fat separator. I know some of you guys have used that fat separator. When I talk about it, I've seen in the next couple days after the video is there's one or two of you guys who purchased that fat separator or the salt and pepper mills that I talked about. And I mean, real talk, that $15 item or $20 item is $2 or $3 that goes in, goes to me buying something else the next month. And I mean, I'm gonna say I spend a lot of money on YouTube. I mean, excuse me, on Amazon, but I do, you know, today. Today I got 2 boxes from Amazon, and they're all, I don't want to say all camera equipment, but I needed a new light for my regular camera. I needed a light for my GoPro. I needed a new thing to hold the light and the it's just so much stuff. So I got that. The tripods that I've gotten, some of the mounts that I've gotten, like the suction cup things, and excuse me, and I mean all types of stuff. It's so much easier sometimes to just get off of Amazon. So yeah, I just like you, Booker. I put it right back in Amazon. Send me some TNT barbecue. Let's see. I wrap brisket at or around 155 to 175 depending on the bark, and take it to a poke tender 202, 205, 207. I don't usually go any higher than 205. I don't care what it's doing. There's no way that brisket isn't tender at 205. If you cook it properly, yeah. Get on the Josh channel. So Texas barbecue guys is 203 on brisket. That's what Aaron Franklin said. 203. Yes, Josh. I have been subscribed for a while. No problem, man, Josh. I my whole thing is this, right? I don't mind helping other folks out, like seriously, but you have to keep my subscription, and I am going to be like the hardest person that you have to earn or keep my subscription, because I can subscribe to your channel, but there's no guarantee that I'm going to watch what you put out there if it's not actually good. That being said, you have to earn my watch. So, nut up, Buttercup. All right. Just never got barked. Wrapped at 165. First love smokers, if it never got barked, then it probably wasn't warm enough. You probably had the temperature too low. Do I use the creator app for Amazon? No. Talk to you before I buy a camera, Ricer? It's just a flat. That really doesn't matter. If you have a whole brisket, take it to 200 and whatever. Or if you have a flat, take it to 200, whatever. It really isn't going to make that big of a difference. You have to do it for love. If you can make some money, cool. Yeah. Well, Troy, you know what? It's not necessarily I'm doing it for the love. I really, and I've said this before, I spent a lot of time making bad barbecue. And if I can help someone, one person in a video, make their food better, then great, mission accomplished. But it's crazy when I get people who, like, I've seen people who have recognized me out in public. It hasn't happened much. I mean, I think I'm up to about 10 people who have recognized me in public, and they're like the one guy, his name is Austin. Okay, Austin works not too far away from where I work, and he looked at me. Hey, do you do stuff on YouTube? Yes, I do. Dash! Oh, man. Yes, okay. And it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. But I'm not doing this for recognition, for fame, for clout, for anything. I really just want to help people, man. There's nothing worse than I hate than wasting money and wasting time. And cooking bad barbecue is gonna be a waste of both. All right. Says who's gonna be a case study? I'm fine. Speaking of which, this is number 5. Done. I only put 6 in this bag, and we have 15 minutes to go before the 2 hours is up. So I'm on pace. Josh says he's made $15 in 6 months. On YouTube or on Amazon? Because I tell you what, Josh, YouTube is a slow grind. Like, it really is a slow grind. And you probably have or are to the point where you have to make $100 before you can actually cash out. Yeah. Gift cards in there and wait till you get enough to buy what you need. Still shopping at Walmart with real cash. Yeah, Booker. I actually saw recently that that Walmart also does a affiliate program. So if you shop at Walmart more, then recommend Walmart. And people who go out to Walmart.com and purchase things, they have the same exact Walmart, Target, Amazon, all have the same exact affiliate type of program. Seriously. B says Texas style 203 to 205. All right. Let's just keep that subscription. Yeah, man. Keep it. Well, Josh, man, I mean, I'm a realist when it comes to watching folks on YouTube. Like there's some people where I get sucked in and I'm invested because I just get sucked in. And there are other people where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch this video and then I see you do something that I don't particularly care for or I don't agree with, and I'm like, yep, you're gonna need a clickbait title in order to get me to watch one of your videos again. And that's just what it is. So Josh, you know what? I know, well, I won't say I know why, but one of the things, maybe I haven't seen your video. It depends on the time of day in which your videos are posted, because if it's posted later in the day, I usually don't see them. And then because I'm at work during the day and I've refreshed my subscriptions, so if I see a video during the day, like early in the day, I can watch it. Also, 2 days ago was Monday, and if this went up Monday evening, Monday afternoon, I wasn't on YouTube on Monday afternoon. I watched about 45 hours of camera stuff in the past week. I'm getting the itch to get a better B-roll camera. I thought about it right here. You know it's crazy because if I spend the $350 on the B-roll or on the new camera, it can become my B-roll camera. But the only problem is, like, I kind of bought the GoPro to be a B-roll camera, but I really just don't want to go down this rabbit hole because I already know what it is. Morgan says, how do you get your seasonings to go all the way through and through? And how does some of these barbecue businesses cook multiple briskets without wrapping them? So Morgan, you're not going to get your seasonings to get on the like brisket, pork shoulder. They're big cuts of meat. They're big pieces of meat. You're not going to get seasoning to get onto the inside of a brisket. It's not going to happen. What the key is, trying to get someone to have a bite or a slice that includes a bit of the outside where you put the seasoning. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, so there's multiple part here. How does some of these barbecue businesses cook multiple briskets without wrapping them? There are some people who prefer to not wrap briskets and have a harder bark. I'm not. That's not me. I like to have a softer bark because I like my teeth and I have sensitive teeth and I do not like hard baked cookies. And I equate a brisket that hasn't been wrapped to a hard baked cookie. You've made my food better. That's why I'm still here. You're an inspiration. Well, thank you, man. Josh, I tell you what, the first shoot, I feel like the first year or so, I didn't make much, if anything, off of Amazon affiliate program. The I didn't make much of anything off of the Amazon affiliate program. Jeff says, as long as you remember, once you hit 135, when the smoke is done rendering the meat, done entering the meat. I don't agree there, Jeff. I think the temperature that you can still get smoke on the meat is a little higher. I make $100 before I cash out in Vegas. This is funny. Really? Wow. I thought it was 165. Yep, I agree. I think it's a little higher. I think it's closer to 160, 165. YouTube in the past 3 weeks has slowed down a bit on my channel. Ricer, it's that time of year, man. I just you cannot and Ricer, you haven't been doing this. You have actually. You've been doing this a year, right? I would caution you to look at your numbers from a year ago and compare them to numbers from a year ago. Do not compare your numbers to 2 months ago. Okay? Because 2 months ago was Thanksgiving, and people were looking for some of those Thanksgiving Day stuff, and you posted about some turkeys and the pit balls. Don't do that. Compare an apple to an apple. All right? Again, I am a realist. Josh says the real ones love it. People, this is all good information. He said take note. Well, thanks, Josh, man. Seriously, B says Sam's is the same. Everyone is doing an affiliate marketing now. Damn right they are, man. You know how much money it costs for a company to get new eyes on something or make a cold purchase? You can't anymore. No one is gonna buy something just randomly. It's like, oh, you can recommend something, or hey, you've used that. Really, you have? All right. Well, I'm gonna trust your judgment, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna buy it on because you said it was good. Williams says Brian. Booger, let me just tell you, I love that you called yourself an old broad, not because you're an old broad, because I say broad all the time. Yo, that broad over there. uh, I'll leave a thumbs up for this good guy here before you leave. Well, thank you very much. Ricer agrees with us. He says 160-ish is where you stop losing or stop gaining smoke. Okay, I gotcha. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you in San Antonio one day. Morgan, I love San Antonio. Um, if you ever get the chance to go to Barbecue Station, please go to Barbecue Station for me because sadly, I have not been to the Barbecue Station in quite some time. Also, Mi Tierra. And oh man, hell, go down the Riverwalk for me too, and just be like, hey, Dash, I'm here. This is for you. And I had this huge drink at Mi Tierra down on the Riverwalk or right near the Riverwalk. I don't remember what it was exactly, and it's been shoot. Man, I haven't been to San Antonio in 6 or 7 years. Eh. Russia says March 10th it'll be a year. Yeah, one day on Amazon I had 66 clicks and 0 sales. Dude, but here's the thing, Russia. And I don't know. Maybe I just don't sweat the small stuff. Because you can have one day and there's 66 clicks and zero purchases, But there will be one day where there's one click and one purchase, and that one purchase is $250. There are people who are buying the Cambros through Amazon. There are people who buying the beard things through Amazon, the fat separator through Amazon. Some of the sous vide components, some of the slow and sear, the vortex. That vortex that I'm using is not the actual vortex; it's the cheap one. The thermometers, dude. So, excuse me, it's a slow grind. But anytime I use something in a video, I try to make sure that I put that link at the top of the video. And then I change the default to include that link in all of the videos moving forward. And then if it's good enough, well, whatever it is, I'll go back and edit some older videos to include some of the newer links because you have to. And I don't do that part often. I slack on that. But the affiliate links are easy, I think, because it's just a couple clicks and a copy and a paste. That's how I feel. Edward, you might be right. I think I am coming down with a little bit of the coronavirus. Big Steve, thank you so very much. Well, right, sir, I know how that goes. He said he was happy to see the activity. I know. Oh shoot, Russell, where you at? First off, Smoker says he really thinks that brining is why he can't get his chicken skin crispy. You're not going to get chicken skin crispy when you smoke it. It's just not going to happen unless you are cooking that skin. Excuse me, cooking that chicken at closer to like 350, 400 degrees. It's not going to get crispy. It's just not going to happen. That is the gift and the curse in smoking meat because it's an indirect fire. The the skin is just not going to get crispy. Point blank. Period. If you want crispy skin in chicken, you're going to have to increase the temperature, and then you're going to have to do something that will promote the skin burning. It's kind of similar to how on for Thanksgiving I put butter on the turkeys, okay? Because the butter is what's going to actually burn and promote that burn, and you're going to get some crispy skin. Um, Excuse me. Right, so I'm seeing you talking about Friday. I actually have an event at my wife's job. Um, this is, they're a party that they're not cooking for their job, no. But they have a party going on at their job on Friday, so I will probably not be able to be on your live stream. I dry rub salt today. All right. First up, smokers. Yeah, I'm not drunk. Oh. I'm like, what do you mean? Apple chicken, ribs, pork, hickory beef. Oh, okay. I get it. He's talking about different woods. Edward says, hey, Dash, is it possible to smoke meat on any given grill? I'm going to say no, okay? Because, one, I think smoking meat is a low and slow endeavor, okay? You'll have other people, Alton, who say that smoking meat is only a direct versus indirect. I don't care if it's direct or indirect. I can have a direct fire underneath my food, and if the temperature is lower, that is to me what is going to give you the um crap. That's what's going to give you the barbecue or the smoking meat effect. Right, so you can answer this. when you use the pit barrel, there's no water pan or no deflector shield or deflector plate in there. So that's like direct cooking, right? Even though it's lower and slower, that is direct cooking on that pit barrel cooker. Isn't it? So, I mean, but you're smoking meat and it's a direct cook. So, my whole thing is, to me, smoking meat and barbecue is low and slow. Gosh, not necessarily direct versus indirect. Um, brining, brining. Chicken, fried turkey. Okay. Chris says his pit barrel cooker rides at 280 degrees pretty much every time. So I caution you, if you are cooking on a pit barrel and there's no deflector, there's no water pan or anything like that, I want to know what the temperature is where the bottom of your meat is versus where the top of your meat is, where that thermometer is. Okay, I want to know what that is. But the way the vents, you get a swirl action. A swirl action. How? It's one of those things where I would have to see or use a pit barrel because I don't understand it. No problem, Edward. Smoking and barbecue are two different things. B says nope. To me, grilling and barbecue are two different things. I will put barbecue in with smoking meat. I will put grilling in with grilling. You're grilling hot and fast. You're smoking, you're low and slow. And barbecue to me is low and slow. The problem is those terms have been commingled over the years. So barbecue has become, synonymous with hot and fast cooking as well as slow and slow cooking. The main thing about barbecue is that it means it's being cooked on a outside cooking apparatus. Do not pigeonhole me into saying it's a grill. Do not pigeonhole me into saying it's a smoker. Do not pigeonhole me into saying it's a Santa Maria type thing. Nope, it's an outdoor cooker. Okay. Also, don't pigeonhole me into saying it's propane, gas, charcoal, pellets. All right. Chris says, "Come to Arizona. I can use mine." Well, you know what? Um, where I'm going, I might not need a pit barrel cooker. All right. So I heard, Ricer. I heard in that video where you were talking with, what was it, Owl's Nest Barbecue. He was talking about how Pit Barrel was coming out with a 55-gallon drum version, which to me they should have been done that. Who the heck wants the teeny little thing that they paid? I saw that. Nah. Chris says barbecue equals the food. Nope. Um, I'm tired. I'm getting tired at this point. I'm getting a little slightly delirious. Oh, I guess maybe you press enter before. In Texas, grilling is what you do with hot dogs and hamburger patties. All right. Grilling to me is, again, it's hot and fast, man. You cook a hot and fast brisket, even though it's indirect, that's grilled. Um, Lower and slower is barbecue to me. It's smoking meat. So yeah. What? Yes, I do feel the coronavirus. You're right. I feel the coronavirus and I'm tired because I've been up for quite some time. Look, William, do not knock it. Um, Some of the best barbecue chicken I've ever had came out of the oven. Jeff, Northeast Beast says $7.99 to $1,100 for the barrel, for the big one. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Edward says anything over 375 is grilling to him. I'll take that even lower, man. I try to stay under 300 for barbecue. In between 300 and 375, 400. That's kind of just like the upside down, the in between. Okay, it's like you gotta pick one. Pick a struggle. Okay, you can't have both. You can't be trying to skirt the system and do some lower and slower cooking, and then nah, it's just not gonna work out. Not to me. Start with coals and then use oak. Whereas says I seem to can't catch on to keeping my heat going midway through the cook on this side firebox. I started with coals and use oak. If you're having problems with your fire, you need to either add more air or more fuel. Fire is simple. I, I don't know, man. To have fire, you need to have three things. You need to have oxygen, you need to have fuel, and you need to have heat. So if you are burning dirty, usually you need to add more air. If you're burning dirty, you might be putting too much wood in there and you're smothering your fire. You can't, it's too much fuel. You're flooding it, basically. And lastly, if you can't get to the temperature you need, you might need to add more fuel and more air. Sometimes one or the other will help you, but sometimes you need to do both. And if you're having a hard time getting your temperatures up, you might not have enough fuel in your, like, somebody told you, or you think, oh, I'm going to add one split. Well, maybe you need to add two. It's okay. Um, and maybe your temperatures are going up a little too high. Try to close off the intake and let that fire die down a little bit. But you want the fuel to do its job, and then you want the air to help supplement what the fuel is doing. Hopefully, that makes sense. Tyrone says, what size did I provide with the 450 person event? I did string beans, so green beans. I did also cut string beans. I did baked beans. I did macaroni salad. I did coleslaw. And I'm missing one. Coleslaw, macaroni salad, and a potato salad. It could be draft issues, but I don't think it's draft issues. I think it's a fuel issue. Just because Morgan, what are you cooking in and or on? No. Um, B. I'm not a fan of hickory at all. I just don't like it. I know we had this discussion before. I don't like hickory. Hickory is just too much for me. Hickory mesquite is kind of like it's borderline. Burnt it out. Um, I let the pit burn, and I hate calling it a pit. I let the cooker burn. I started at 4 a.m. and I didn't actually in the video I said noon. It wasn't until 2 o'clock I actually got food on the 2:15. I actually got food on the smoker, And the whole thing is, I said noon because I was kind of thinking, but I had a piece of a video, like a little clip of me adding food to the smoker. And when I looked at the time standpoint, I was like, man, this was after 2 o'clock. What the hell was I thinking? And the whole thing was, this time just becomes a blur when I start cooking. Like so, like I said, I started the fire, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I maintained the fire all day long. It was 2 o'clock when I put the food in the smoker. So I burnt it out. That was the whole reason why I started the fire and I let it burn for a couple hours because I hadn't I won't say I hadn't cleaned the smoker, but that smoker hadn't been used in a while. You can serve chicken, smoke, and then make the same chicken in the barbecue. To me, barbecue is the act of cooking, not necessarily uh, anything else. You make salads or buy them. I buy them for the most part. Your pellets or not? So still, if you say so, I disagree. Right, sir. I do not like hickory. Oh, when you start the smoker, you get that thick white smoke. Apple and cherry and mesquite, I think it is. It smelled good. Hickory was off-putting to me, and maybe that's just me. What was the change that made the black smoke? I added a piece of wood. I added a split or two. So one of the things, or the thing that I'm thinking is, uh, cherry and apple. Rick says so. One of the things I'm thinking is that the piece of wood is too much. It's too big, and I'm like, yo, I can't sit and splits into thirds and or eighths or whatever. It's like I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Let's see. This is new Broncos. Side firebox, and I'll crack the little door about a quarter way. Open the stack of all I have for less. So I run my stacks wide open. All right. The stack is always wide open. Reason being is you want to let as much air out of there as possible. You want to let that stack do what it's supposed to do. um, when you put wood into the smoker, I want you to. So what I want you to do is this. I want you to start a fire in that cooker and watch it. Don't put any food on it. Watch it. See what happens. See how long it takes you, and if you have to check on it every half an hour, do that. See how long, but don't keep opening the smoker. Don't adjust the dampers or anything like that. Just start a fire, get it going, close it. Okay, and don't open the cook chamber. But I want you to get thermometers in the cook chamber, and you can see what the temperatures are doing. Okay, when your lowest temperature gets close to 200, 2 and a quarter, right? Because I like to stay between 225 and 275. So 2 and a quarter, what you're going to do is you're probably going to need to add a split. One split. Open the door, open whatever, put the split in, close it back off, and see what happens. That was the whole point of me doing the pre-cook, if you will, because I knew I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. And when I was ready to get the fire going, like to get it started or to put the food on, I wanted to just be able to put the food in and know what it was going to do. So that was that's the reason why, you know, it is what it is, or what it is right now, I guess. Yeah. Octavia, how are you doing this evening? A little late. I'm about to get off. I am spent. I am fully infected with the coronavirus. and it is late. I've been up for quite a long time. But will it cook too fast with it wide open? So Morgan, no. The whole thing is you limit the amount of air getting in. You got to remember that your fire is dictated, again, those three things: the heat, the fuel, and the air. If you limit the air that can get in, you limit the air that can get out. I'm telling you, man. Excuse me. I don't regulate the temperatures via the exhaust. I regulate the temperatures via the intake and the wood that's going in. Uh, there was a point for a while where, excuse me, where I did choke off the fire in Bernadette, but it didn't make a discernible difference. It really didn't make a discernible difference. My door stacked wide open. Like his pit takes 2 hours to stabilize the pit. Well, if that's what it takes, one of the things that it might reason why it might be taking you that long to stabilize the pit is now are you fiddling with it? Are you adjusting it, or do you start it and then walk away and come back? No, I'm no. I've cooked a lot. I've run a lot of fires, man. Yes, no problem, Morgan. Later, Tater. Right back at you. Have you seen Quester J lately? I have not. But I know he just bought a house and they were trying to do some stuff with it. But you got me thinking, and I'll try to hit him up on Instagram. I make coals while I'm cooking, so I don't put logs on the fire. I only put hot coals on the smoker. That could be part of the problem. The wood is going to give you a higher temperature, but I don't know. Are you like shoveling the coals in there? Troy, are you asking me or are you asking him? Hey, Chris, thank you very much, man. It's still early where you are. You don't have an excuse. You're telling me I'm crashing. It's like 9 o'clock where you are. Come on, get out of here with that. All right, Chris, you're excused. But you can't keep using your kid as an excuse for everything, dude. You have one. I have three. Get with me. Get with me. You have one. Three. This guy. No comment, huh, Chris? No comment. He says, "LOL, light night man." Thank you, sir. Look, I'm like a little kid now. I'm rubbing my eyes, trying to stay awake. I really want to answer or talk to the order I'm about to place. All right, those of you guys who are still on and definitely, I am. I'm spent. I need to close my eyes and get to sleep. It is 11:15. After 11:15. Uh, well, thank you very much, Ricer. I appreciate the donation, the beer money. Um, I definitely appreciate that. So, you guys, thank you again for hanging out. I'll see how you did it. Good night. Oh, you don't see how I do it? Just like this, man. I lose sleep to get what I need to done. Look, can you see my eyes here? Slightly bloodshot. This one I know I can see it. Slightly bloodshot. Like it's the sacrifice you have to make. I sure will. Give it a home. Burn ring. Okay. Put coals into smoker. Huh. Someone suggested I do like a burn barrel in for Bernadette, and I don't would cost me too much money in order to try and do that. It's cheaper and easier if I buy charcoal if I'm going to be trying to do some sort of burn ring or burn barrel. Um, yeah. Plus, I don't know if I can get away with actually like burning a barrel with open fire, live fire. I live in the city. All right, guys, thank you so very much. Again, I am going to close this off. Gosh, I can't believe I actually made it. I was hoping I can make it for 2 hours. I did it, Adrian. We did it. Hey, look, Andy, man, thank you so very much. Everybody else who's in the chat. Oh man, y'all want to just sit here and watch me fall asleep because it's not gonna take very long. All right, y'all can sit here and watch. Man, later to you too. Thanks, Terry, man. I know all about the fat fingers. He said later. You're awesome, man. See you later. Think of keep the good videos. Take it easy. Take her easy. Yes, indeed. All right, Rick. Okay, I will. I owe you some comments on your videos. I got you, man. I got you. It just takes me a while to do certain things, especially obviously. You see, I was busy this week. All right, and I'm gone.